Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This podcast was brought to you by heritagehiphop.com. We are more than music, and we introduce your future favorite artists to you today. With that being said, join us at heritagehiphop.com by becoming a member. And by subscribing to the website, not only do you get early access to our interviews and podcasts, but you also get exclusive playlists, projects, and music from Heritage Hip Hop ourselves. So make sure you follow us on all social media, but be sure to drop your name and email at heritagehiphop.com for free membership and get some of the benefits of being part of the generation that builds this platform. We're also sponsored by Transparent Credit Repair, the superheroes of the financial literacy and credit repair world. Changing your financial future only takes 15 seconds. By opening your wallet to more income and more debt, you change your outlook on life. Less stress, more money. To do such, go to heritagehiphop.com, click on the link for Transparent Credit Repair, and fill out the application. Everyone who goes through heritagehiphop.com gets 20% off of all services rendered. So please go to heritagehiphop.com and click on the link for Transparent Credit Repair and change your life. It only takes 15 seconds. On this episode of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, I interview a future legend. You heard it here first. Because if you do not know who she is, after this interview, go get her project, Hi Sherelle, on all streaming platforms. Purchase it, not just stream it, and you will see what I mean when I say future legend. Her name is She Real. Shout out to Harlem, New York, and shout out to this dope MC, because not only is she someone who can bar you up, she's someone who could tell you about the intricacies of life and how letting the beat interpret your look on life can bring music and the culture of hip-hop to a whole new level. So shout out to She Real, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary after you hear this interview. Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, where we introduce your future favorite artists to you today. And today I have an artist who I can say is somebody I really believe in. Introduce yourself to the people.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? I go by the name She Real. If you're looking for me, it's one word spelled exactly how it sounds. She Real Talk. She Real Talk, that's my YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything rolling to one, SheRealTalk.com. That's also my Clubhouse name, She Real Talk, if anybody's on Clubhouse.
Well, they need to be on there because we have a lot to talk about when it comes to music. Are you ready to have this dope conversation?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I was introduced to you by Keith Chandler. You did like a freestyle session or something against other artists on Instagram, right?
Yes, sir, on Instagram Live.
And you won, and you got me. So I hope this interview is one of the better interviews that you've ever done, and hopefully we'll keep in contact after this.
That would be great. So far, I really enjoy your energy.
Oh, I'm blushing. That's what's up. All right. So let's talk. So you, where are you from? Let's give it to the people. Where are you from?
I'm from Harlem, New York.
I gotta ask you a question because I want to know how deep your understanding of hip hop and your gift is. What is Harlem hip hop?
What is Harlem hip hop? Here we go. Because there were some videos that I've seen recently, but I haven't even memorized all of the information that T.L. Cross has been discussing Harlem hip hop heritage recently. Mm-hmm. I can't go back as far as the late 70s or 80s in regards to Harlem hip hop. My introduction to Harlem hip hop really came about in the 90s because I'm a 90s kid. And I would say that in regards to Harlem, Diddy probably had the biggest influence on me initially. I think he's the reason why. Well, he's not the reason, but when I acquired an obsession for the radio, he was one of the most, him and Bad Boy Entertainment were the most played. They had some of the most played songs in regards to Mace and the Lox and Big or Total or whoever, what anything that he touched, it just seemed like it was going gold or platinum, and it was just all over the radio. Apart from other artists, I would say in regards to Harlem, that was my introduction.
Okay. I'm going to give you my answer, and let's see how you feel about that.
Yes, sir.
Harlem is the most copied form of hip hop that's ever came out. Do you agree?
Copied form of hip hop. Well, I think a lot of people definitely come here to benefit. So I always talk to people about Wayne, and he had a run in the mid 2000s where he was just doing tapes with everybody, right? And he was putting out song after song. But he came to Harlem and did a whole project with Joel Santana first, and and it got people talking. You know what I'm saying? He did the same thing with his artist Nicki Minaj. When Nicki Minaj came out with that I Get Crazy song, that shit was popping in Harlem first before all of a sudden I started hearing her everywhere after that. I've watched people mimic Harlem style in regards to the way that we dress for years. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when it comes to fashion, we've had a hell of an influence from Dapper Dan to my man over here at the Harlem Haberdashery. There's a ton of people that were not only designers, but even people that wore the attire like Dipset, that had a huge impact on hip hop and the way people would just piece together their fits.
Okay, I feel that. I'm a connoisseur of the game from years of study. So when I say that, for me, when I say Harlem is the most copied style, you saw the movie Paid in Full, right?
Yes.
Is that not almost every rap video you've ever seen?
Oh, God.
So everybody's Harlem, but they don't claim Harlem.
They...
I want to hear what you got to say. Go ahead.
Because in my brain where I went with that is everybody plays one of those characters, or at least everybody imitates one of those characters to some degree. They either have a story like Ace, or a story like Mitch, or a story like Rico. And those are, and they're different personality traits where you have the niggas wasn't fucking with me and now they fucking with me, which is Ace, you know? But then you have the get money guys, I've been fly like Mitch. And Rico is out for self and he don't give a fuck in that gritty, grimy, that you get those personalities. There's very few people, right? You have your rare, like a Hove. And I think it's because of the level in which he was able to excel that can play a Lulu role.
And that's where you come in. Let's be real when it comes. Well, what happened? Say it.
Because now you got me really thinking. Because I was like, and then there's a bunch of Calvins out here, and that's why we keep losing all of our hip hop artists.
So let's continue. That's where you come in.
Yes, sir.
Because many times when we hear hip hop, I hear hip hop, no matter who I interview or whatever, there's few people that really get me like, this is interesting. Because there's music that I like, there's music that I love, and there's music I give a fuck about. To be honest. And when I hear somebody who can stand out and stand amongst the people who can induce change, that's called the passing of the torch or the changing of the guard.
For sure.
For sure. You are very lyrical, but not only are you lyrical, your message persistent. Why is that in your style?
Shit. For different reasons.
Okay.
One, there are a lot of messages that I deliver in my music because I'm obsessed with music. Hip hop is, I'm obsessed with music and I've always been like that. So sometimes there's things that I need to hear. So I'll say it because I know I'm going to listen to it over and over and over and pick it apart. But sometimes I need that message. So if you go to like my tape, Standing on My Word, there's a song called BAM, which stands for bitch ass niggas. And it's like, you're going to get tired of trying to prove yourself to people constantly that aren't worth it in the end, because it's about how you feel about self. You know what I'm saying? And from society's views to dealing with family and friends to just a bunch of different things. But those are messages that I know that I need to hear. It's also stems from me trying to provide balance to a culture that I believe is oversaturated, especially now with a lot of the female rappers. Yes, we do have a bunch of people that are dope, like Rhapsody or Tierra Whack and stuff like that, but I do feel like they still market and promotes a certain type of female more than them.
Why is that? Why is that?
Oh, I think there's an agenda being pushed because black women are the first teachers. And because we are the first teachers, if you can figure out a way to destroy the mentality of the black woman, then you're going to influence nations to follow down a path that can be somewhat trauma-based. Not to take away from the fact that I do respect the fact that these women are owning their sexuality, because I do think that we're pigeonholed in that area. But I do think some of the morals and principles that are being set in place, there's not enough of a balance of a message in regards to what can take place or what can come along with that. Jay-Z has always been one of my favorite hip-hop artists because he always gave you both sides. So the same way he could run around and do like Big Pimpin', he can also put out a song like You Must Love Me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, or Soon You'll Understand. You know, like he will talk about the pain and what comes with that. And how it's not always, you know, like it was all good just a week ago. It's not always great. Like a lot comes with being in that game. And if you step into that game, please know, like meet the parents, that there are effects, there are ramifications, you know, that are threaded throughout the storyline, from project to project. Even Lucky Me, you know, talks about the negative aspects of being successful. And that was only on like his second project, you know? So he hadn't even really touched where he is right now, but was already getting a taste of the downsides, you know, like, you think I'm freaking these chicks, right? I'm trying not to brush against their chest. You get a lawsuit for shit like that. It's like things that you may not even be aware of at a certain point, but you have to start becoming aware of certain things. I think enough of like a Meg, I wish women like Meg or women like Cardi would tell more stories. Even Nicki, I wish they told more stories that were relatable to, yeah, it's okay. Like, city girls can talk all day about finessing a nigga out of some bread. That's cool. But I would love for them to tell a story about all of the pain or the root of their trauma or situations that can arise by placing yourself in a situation where a man is flying you out somewhere and what his expectations are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get something for nothing. And you can't glorify one side of the game without, I don't know, showing every aspect. It just doesn't seem, it's like a false reality. You know what I'm saying? And then you got all these different, because what I was going to say was, you were asking me why about the message. The last thing I was going to say was, I work with kids. So one of the illest things to me about being a hip hop artist was that I watched how much, because I was that kid, but I watched how many kids are like, they have like this tunnel vision when it comes to some of their favorite hip hop artists. So, and they emulate them in different ways, even in, you know, other aspects of entertainment like reality TV, but I won't go there yet, even though it's a part of it. I feel like, not that I'm perfect, but I wanted to give a different voice, a different side, a different way to think, a different way to be. So, but I feel like I got to reach a certain point in order to do that. To where it's like, Andre 3000 said, I can't remember what verse it was when he was like, but something about telling them that selling is a sin when you don't offer new ways to win. So it's like, I can talk about some shit all day, but if I can't help you shift your mentality or help you change your environment with what I'm doing or what I'm saying, then it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, there has to be a way that they can profit from this on more than one level in order for it to even mean anything at the end of the day. So I think that's one of the reasons why I try to remain as consistent as possible, because I want to prove like you could do it like this. You don't have to do it like that.
Very eloquently put. And I'm going to put it this way. Half of what you said you exhibit on your albums.
Respect.
Half of what you say you exhibit in your videos.
Respect.
I want to go to Dear Thought Pocket right now.
Okay.
So, like you said, telling the story. Most female artists don't tell stories anymore. And the reason why is because the three things that people will buy until the end of their lives are entertainment, sex, and casket.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how the casket is the most notoriously marketed thing besides the sex. And we use it.
Well, that's on purpose, and you know that.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
But then there's artists that can use the casket to tell the story to bring life from the dead.
Respect.
Was it ever different where you would plant a seed and the seed has to die for the flower to grow, to bloom?
Oh wow. Oh wow.
So when we come to music, the seed planted isn't even in the beat or the lyric. It's in the rhythm. And from the rhythm, you nod your head in agreement to understand the lyric and the beat that goes with it. That's called harmony. Harmony is a central part of being an MC. What is an MC to you, and how do you embody it? Because you're far more than a rapper and better than a wordsmith.
Respect, thank you. Because when I had MC, means move the crowd. I feel like MC for me is somebody who embodies the culture. Hip hop is a culture. It's not just rap. You have various elements, and knowledge is always one of them. So I feel like you can't be an MC without incorporating it into your craft. I think MCs have respect, not only for the culture, but the ones that came before. Because that's where it's through being a student that you learn, like Rakim, I feel like he kind of birthed the internal rhyme scheme. So then you have like people who were able to take that to another level, like an Eminem.
Right.
But without having the one that came before, you know what I'm saying, M wouldn't be the type of MC that he is. So I feel like they have respect for the ones that came before. I forgot how long ago this was, but I was listening to Shade 45, and LL was on Shade 45, and M like called the radio station pretending to be somebody else, but was like hype that LL was on the station. You know, like it's one of the reasons why I love Drink Champs so much. I never was such a fan of Nori until I watched Drink Champs, because I felt like, wow, like the way he gets excited to interview people that came before or were popping when he was popping, but today they don't get their flowers in the same kind of way, because unlike rock and roll, we make it seem like our founding fathers or people who have an extreme amount of influence. And the reason why this industry is $1 billion industry don't mean anything anymore, because they serve their purpose, and it's insane.
I beg to differ. I
Okay.
differ on you for that. You know why? Because you're here to talk about it. And that's where the change comes. See, I'm gonna teach you something that you already know, but we're gonna look at it prospectively, okay?
Okay.
You know I like you, right? You wonderful. And I'm gonna show you how much I like you by showing you how intelligent you are.
Okay.
Me and you are in the studio.
Mhm.
And LL Cool J comes and says, "You the interviewer, you the MC. All right, check this out. We gonna get together and we gonna make a hit."
Okay.
Do you agree? Yes, we can make a hit with LL.
Yes.
All right. So we are gonna do the track, right?
Right.
The track never comes out. Whose fault is it?
To me, that would depend on the paperwork.
How about it doesn't depend on nothing, because we is an entity. We is an ideal. So when people say, well, we don't take control of this and we don't take control of that, that is a person's way of shifting the blame or the responsibility onto themselves.
Right.
Because just like if you live with your parent before, if your parent says to you or your siblings or whatever, I need y'all to clean up, and then somebody like, all right, we gonna clean up. If the parent comes back and the house isn't clean, who didn't clean this room? There is no we, because we is not an individual identity for a person.
Right.
So because there was no, all right, she real gonna do this and her brother do this or whatever, she real can't get talked to individually about that, because then it becomes a collective entity that has no face. Because there's a heritage hip hop, a She Real, an Eminem who respects the elders, and people like that. It's not that the elders don't get respected. It's that the people who you put in power over you then controls how far your respect can go and cannot go. Let me be honest with you. Let's talk about we already talked about that one. See, I was listening to your projects, right? And you grew as an artist from your first project to your second one, I think threefold. There was more of a focus.
Wait, what did you, when you say first to second, are you talking about Standing on My Word and High Sherelle, or are you talking about Far From Perfect and Love Life Fair Music? And
well, the only ones I had was I'm Standing on My Word and
the
High
ones
Sherelle.
that are on the streaming service.
Right,
okay,
that's
cool.
the only ones I got.
Okay.
So if there's more, please give me links so I can buy them, and I'm gonna support you. Okay?
No, they're on SoundCloud. So the High Sherelle was my 8th solo project.
God damn, really?
Yeah, I've put out a project every year since 2012. But, well, technically no. In 2017, I put out 2. So in 2018, there was none. And in 2019, you got Standing on My Word. 2020, you got High Sherelle. But that was my 8th solo project.
Okay, so I'm wrong, and I want to support you because I like you as an MC. So I want to I really want to support that. So you give me the links or whatever I need, and we'll do what we got to do. So from what I was talking about, from the Standing on My Word to High Sherelle, you grew though. Your sound grew because your beats changed, and from your beats changing, your delivery also changed as well. What happened? What happened? Why you say that?
No, because that wasn't intentional. I say whatever the beat asks of me. It's not like I go in and say, I want to do this, like this, and talk about this. It's none of that is set in stone prior to. I just knew that with High Sherelle, that project is the most soulful project, is because I've been craving something more for my soul for the past 3 years. And I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. And I'm somebody that when I need something, I go looking for it. And it was like, I keep having this feeling and I can't find it. And I just happened to stumble upon, I don't like saying it like that. I spent hours online looking for a producer that could match the sound that I was looking for. And that's how you got High Sherelle. And it was no real there was no hesitation with that project. That project was pure, whatever the hell comes to my mind, I'ma say that shit. So it's not the most lyrical, but it was the purest, because I didn't second guess, or I wasn't trying to prove myself with every line like I feel like I've done previously, because I'm so like, I need people to know that I know how to rap. So it's like back to back, it's like I don't have to be like that. I can just talk to you, because my words don't come to me like that.
Oh, I'm glad you found it, because now I got a whole bunch of new set of questions I want to ask you. So I like to take my time before I get to the music. I believe people don't get a gist of who you are. Why would they buy your music? I want people to feel you and want to find you. You see what I'm saying?
Respect.
So let's open up that box real quick.
Okay.
I think you're capable of an Illmatic type album.
Oh, shit.
But nobody told you that before?
Mm-mm.
Fuck them. It's about me right now. I think you're capable of an Illmatic type album. Okay. And you know what made me think that? There's 4 songs on your project that really made me go, damn, she is, damn. And I usually do the Heritage Hip Hop Awards, right?
Oh, wow. Okay.
And my Heritage Hip Hop Awards actually missed you.
Hmm.
Because you would have definitely been up for Project of the Year, for what I
Oh,
heard.
wow.
For everybody who doesn't know who's listening, Heritage Hip Hop Awards are every August. I don't do it from from January to December, and I don't follow the industry orders of my quarters. What I do is
When
every
hip hop was
August,
birthed.
right? I go from every August to July,
Okay.
August 1st. So I should
Okay.
say September to July, and
Mhm.
then after in August to whatever, I do an award show that shows people that I may not be them out there, but somebody is listening and paying attention to you.
Mm.
And in that time, this would have definitely been up for Project of the Year. And I'm not a person who does MC, FemC, best female, best male. No, it's best artist.
Mm.
And you would have definitely been in there highly.
Mm.
And one song that you made that really made me look at, I was staring at the damn phone, listening to it, was Best Friend.
Oh, wow. Really?
So, yes, and I'm going to tell you why. Everybody wants to cry, bitch, and moan now in hip-hop, but nobody wants to be deep and insightful in hip-hop. How do you feel about that?
I think we have those that are sprinkled amongst us.
Mm-hmm.
So Cole will give you that. Kendrick will give you that. Big Sean will give you that. Drake does it when he talks about relationships. I feel like Meek has done it in different moments, in pockets.
Pocket, okay.
Sci-Hi the Prince does it.
Yes, he's incredible, by the way.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah. Absol is capable. Like we are here. You know what I'm saying? Like we are here. Do we do enough to unify and have a bigger impact? I don't know. But we're here.
That's interesting because then it comes to the purpose of music. The purpose of music is not to have fun. The purpose of music is to elevate one's spirit.
I don't
In the
agree with
Bible,
that.
you don't agree?
No, but go ahead.
Okay, well, let's talk about it because having fun and entertainment is two different things.
Okay. Go ahead.
So the spirit is what's connected to the music. That's not fun. That's enlightenment. Think about this. In the story in the Bible, it said when David danced, King David danced, he loved God so much that he danced so hard his clothes fell off.
Okay.
And when his wife said, "You are a damn fool," he locked her up in jail because no one can take away his spiritual connection to the higher essence. When you hear real hip-hop, doesn't it piss you off if somebody interrupts you and you have to rewind your song and get it back again only to be happy that you rewound it and got it back again?
Yeah. I don't like being interrupted when I'm one with my music.
Believe me, I agree. Because I'm the type of person, when I get in my car, we don't move to the car until the song come on like Cleo and set it off. You know what I'm saying? Like we have that. I think certain songs and certain creativity gives birth not to the emotion, but to the enlightenment of being. How do you feel about that?
Wow. Okay. But there are moments in my life that I've had fun being enlightened and experiencing pure joy, especially when it comes to praise. Okay, I don't do it often, but there are times that I smoke weed.
Okay.
And the reason why it became harder for me to do consistently is because I know that I can't smoke with everybody. You got to have a certain amount of light within you in order for me to even entertain the idea. because my high has to be pure joy, pure positive energy. And most times when I smoke, and I'm not somebody that'll even finish a spliff, I spend that entire time talking to God or reflecting.
Mm-hmm.
And recently, when I do it, I like to take notes because there's so much positivity there that it's kind of like I can't lose this. So I hold on to that. That is it's like a controlled sense of instant gratification, but it's fun. I'm enlightened, but it's fun. I've felt that way with music. I think Michael Jackson was dope with that when it came to elevating your conscious, but doing it in a fun and entertaining manner. He has you dancing to shit that isn't even always a song, or lyrically wouldn't be something you would be dancing to if it was the story was put to another rhythm.
Right.
Because Smooth Criminal is not the most positive fucking song in the world, but he made it cool. That
dope.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And there are very few that I've ever seen do something like that can make enlightenment fun, like Earth, Wind, and Fire, like Stevie Wonder.
Like She-Ra. Oh, it's not flattery. It's true.
I feel like I have a lot more studying to do.
Good, because that means you enjoy your life. And the day you stop learning is the day you die. Physically, metaphorically. Am I correct?
Respect.
So, we've been talking about other people for too long. I want to get back to you, honestly.
Okay.
Because I want people to know how dope you are. And I'm not just, like I said, I'm not fanning the flames, and people know. I talk positive to people, but we're going to hammer this home that you have a project that people haven't heard. They need to check you out. And I'm going to come back to that because something that you said is very metaphorical. When you smoke, you talk to the Most High. See, in our history, before colonialization, our people lived in this country. Whether people believe you came from Africa or not, I really don't care. But people of color live in this country. Whether you are from the Cherokee Nation, the Chippewa, Seminole Nation, because they say there was tribes and they weren't. There were nations. There were lots of things, lots of people and groups under that name. They smoked weed.
Mm-hmm.
They called it peace pipes. But they didn't smoke it as recreation. They smoked it for spiritual enlightenment and after breaking bread to honor the grouping and unity.
Right.
You know, that's why it's funny how we all still pass the blunt and have ciphers, right?
Right.
And that was the culmination of having a sense of peace above the sense of the physical. Hip-hop can give you peace above the physical because you sit back and you come outside of yourself to live a story.
Right.
Tell me about I'm Speeding, and what did you want to do with that?
Damn. Okay, again, I said whatever the beat told me to.
Mm-hmm.
So I can tell you what came out of it. I can't tell you what I went into looking to do because it's not like that.
Okay.
So I'm Speeding. I feel like it's a song about me being extremely ambitious, but at the same time in a pocket where I'm still trying to figure everything out because I don't want to be like my mother, who I feel, because I wasn't raised by my mom. So I feel like she went out and did her and experienced life in a very different way. And that, and I mean, who am I to judge? Because I feel like, is it wrong for her to go that hard for whatever the fuck she was into, regardless of where it led her? If initially her intention was just to try to excel, it's kind of like, damn, you know, I don't want to be so far left or right because I feel like my father stayed and he held me down and eventually, remarried and had a family. But my father is where I got my ability to dream. My love for music, all of my first came from that man. He writes songs. He plays the bass. He plays the acoustic. He plays the piano. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and he's an engineer. My father was an engineer at Atlantic Records for over 25 years. But it was kind of like he didn't go after his dream. I never watched him. I've watched him create songs with other people and himself for years and not do much with it. Never go do a show, never sell a song, nothing. I don't want to be too far left or right. But finding that balance is the journey right now. And I was giving thanks to somebody like Dame Dash, who's like, he's hustling for his last name. And who's willing to start the business and put in the work, but own the business. It's not just working for other people and assisting other people with their dreams. Anything that he has ever wanted to do, he does. From creating movies to potato chips to clothes to, music. Those are his companies. those are his ideas that he's seeing into fruition. I'm paying my respect because I want to do the same. And ultimately, the goal is to open schools. It's not to be a rapper forever. So it's kind of like, I feel like I'm Speeding was just me just speaking on trying to find that balance.
I am at the midpoint of the interview. So for everybody that's listening, this is Karev from Heritage Hip Hop with She Real, prolific MC from Harlem, New York, who has a project out right now called Hot Sherelle that you should check out on all streaming platforms. But Heritage Hip Hop does not believe in streaming. We believe in purchasing. So check out the album. But if you really like it, do what I did and purchase your copy because it's well worth having. Okay. I love what you said because now I have to talk to you in a different way.
Okay.
I'm selfish. You could tell. I'm very selfish. I like to listen, but whatever's mine is mine. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And my idea of hip hop is what you described and why I think you can make an Illmatic song. Illmatic.
Okay.
The reason why I think you can make a classic Illmatic type album is because you have three interesting gifts that hip hop needs and that I don't think you give yourself enough credit for.
Wow.
Let's talk about those three gifts. Beat selection.
Okay.
The producer you used on this project gave you a chance to open your soul. But I think you need to be challenged more. You know why I say that?
Why? Because
you are not translating the beat. You're bringing meaning from the beat. Ask you this.
Heard you. Okay.
How do you translate music with a pen? And how do you translate music with your voice?
Shit. Wow, that just made me feel like I don't play enough. But I've been told that before.
Oh, okay.
But I think the first lesson was learned. I need to learn how to talk first. So I had to learn how to talk before I could start playing, which is the next step. But go ahead.
Okay. So you translate by playing, you're saying, by talking more. A pen is how you talk to the paper, and the voice is how you talk to the people?
Yeah.
Okay. So beat selection is the first thing, which is challenging your ability to be an orator and a translator to the people's spirits and souls, right? That's the first thing, your beat selection.
Wow.
The second gift that you have that you're tapping into is what you call, talking to the mirror? That's your thing, right? Okay.
Okay. Reflection.
So when you rhyme and you're talking to the mirror, sometimes the songs you rhyme about are the lessons that you're teaching people through the lessons you want to learn yourself. Is that
Right.
fact?
Right. Either lessons I'm trying to learn or lessons that I have learned. Right. Because the intention is for everyone to be better and not make the same mistakes I've made.
Fact. You know what the last one is?
What?
You already conquered it.
Oh, wow. That's what you think?
I know. I already know. I know you did it
Oh,
already.
my God. I'm already confident.
No, you conquered it already. The last thing.
Oh, I
You
already
did it.
conquered it. I thought you
Yeah.
said confident. What? Okay,
Well,
what
that's
did I
part of it.
conquer? What did I
That's part
conquer
of it.
already?
Your expression.
Oh.
So you have a video that I love, right? It's called I Hustle.
Okay.
So I love the All That shirt because that's a little throwback, right?
Mhm.
But the thing about it is, the typical hip hop video, that is not.
Mm.
Because like,
No.
everybody wants to be the tough son bitch or the sexiest chick.
Right.
You're actually walking through life talking about the scene while the scene comes together behind you. That reminds me of Exhibit's video, What You See Is What You Get.
Uh-huh.
Which
Yo,
one of
what? The videographer? The
the,
first videographer I wanted to shoot that video with, like, he wasn't available at the time, but
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly what we talked about before we did that video. But he ended up editing it and not filming it. That's so crazy that you said that. Go ahead.
Yeah, but see, we on the same page because you know what I know what you're talking about, and we got the idea. And plus, you have another video called My Love, which is like a ode to Martin, which is my favorite TV show of all time. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
You have videos that show you are an artist, not just a musician.
Right.
Those are the gifts that will have you make your classic.
Whoa.
What is a classic album? How do you make one?
Whoa. I don't think a classic album is intentional. I think that is
Really?
birthed from consistency. That's right. I think consistency allows you, consistency and understanding, right, allows you to emit something like that into the universe. Because Nas didn't just start rapping, you know what I'm saying, when he made Illmatic. That's not how that goes, you know? So the consistency of his lyricism, he studied his craft or just worked on his craft enough to where he eventually created a classic because that's inevitable if you're on a certain path of enlightenment.
Mm-hmm.
So he's studying his surroundings and he's reflecting upon his experiences and he's putting it to the music that is the soundtrack of his environment.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Hov does the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a reflection of the journey that is consistency and understanding. Because they also had to go through shit prior to putting out certain projects that allowed them to understand, okay, this works, this does not. This works, but maybe if I did it like this.
Okay.
That comes from crossing paths with different individuals that are able to sometimes give you that push or plant a certain seed and you knowing what to do with the shit because you've consistently had certain experiences to where you understand, oh yeah, I get it. People are telling me, yo, you don't gotta like rap 100 miles a minute or use a whole bunch of words all the time. The biggest selling artists have some of the simplest bars. Talk.
True.
But that comes from understanding. And even if you decided that that's the type of rapper that you want to be, regardless of what you choose, you can rap at any speed. But how you convey a message, that comes from understanding who your audience is. You know what I'm saying? You being able to even understand some of the lessons that you've been given, some of the blessings that you've been given. That's not, sometimes we're too young or too naive or too blind to see what is right in front of us.
Right.
So, yeah, you can make a hot song. Anybody could do that. But a classic?
Classic.
That comes from consistency and understanding.
Okay.
Because there's and eventually you find your pocket where you can now have a formula for your shit, whatever that may be. Hove, I think, figured it out. I think he figured the shit out. The way I think Beyonce figured the shit out. The way I think Michael Jackson figured the shit out. There's certain people, man, they figured that. Prince, Babyface, certain people figured that shit out. Like, this is what works. And even if they're constantly evolving, like a Kanye who won't give you the same thing from project to project, or he enters a certain era and now this is how I want to do this. But it's still, there's still a formula there that's a part of his foundation that you won't lose, that goes back to what you were talking about in regards to beat selection or him being and I'm talking about Kanye right now, him being an artist and not just a musician or a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like let me see how far outside of this box I could step real quick, regardless of how we feel about everything he says and does. He's fucking phenomenal. He's phenomenal in regards to his talent. Like, you can't deny that. I don't agree with what the fuck took place with R. Kelly, but you can't deny his talent and his ability as a songwriter.
Nope, you can't.
That meant, like, he was telling stories. He could make you dance. He could make you think. Like, he was telling stories. That's consistency and understanding, because everybody, the way Babyface song after song after song for various artists, Teddy Riley,
that's talent.
various artists.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Riley not only showed what he could do for himself. Teddy Riley is Harlem. Shout out to Harlem. Not only what he could do for self, but what he could do for others. Damn. But that's birthed out of consistency. So I feel like that's why that's always my focus. I pray a classic is inevitable, but I feel like that's only if I remain consistent. If I let anything in my life or anything within my being distract me, then that's it.
No, it's coming. I already spoken into existence. You'll get there. You'll realize it, because you already made classic songs. I just need a whole body of work that everybody can't deny, and it's coming. It's already there.
Undeniable respect.
Oh, it's already there. I mean, I'm just telling you what I've seen. And you talk about consistency. I've consistently listened to music since I was sperm. Listen, yo, there's always music around us. There's always music around us. Well, you were in there too. There's always music around you, whether it's the motion of synapses or water or whatever it is. To even snoring has a beat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The traffic light has the beat and the rhythm. You've been around music all your life, so and you've been able to translate music. Only shows me that. Oh, Kanye's trash, by the way. But
shit. No, look at it.
Sorry, I can't do it. He's trash. I'm sorry. Has he made great music? Yes, but he's not you. So let's go back to you. As I was saying, classic material comes from love of the craft, not the doing of the craft. There's people who can't make classics, but those who do, it changes their perspective and people's perspectives of them. I have an artist who's not in the mainstream who's made 2 classic albums back to back. I mean, ridiculous. I've had another artist who dropped her first album 2 years ago, I think. Classic album. She has no. It's not, and consistency even with that for the people who are listening does not mean you have to be out and for years, because. Please, there's people who spit from the soul, and it's a classic when he first dropped. Classic doesn't mean. Remember, you have cult classics, you have bona fide classics, you have genre breakers. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, you have something in you. Not potentially. You have something in you that is able to be made and called classic. And I'm actually waiting for that day because I can't wait to be there when you're celebrated to the point where you just go, wow, like y'all really like this? And I had to turn and say, see, it was always there. I'm not going to say I told you so because it's not me to tell you. It's for you to find out. You know?
That's right.
So with that being said, everybody, let's go into one more song. My favorite song off the title, the project, Hot Sherelle, which is out right now on all streaming platforms, but buy it if you know better. And that song, I mean, Beautiful Day is dope, but All Hail the Queen got me like going crazy in my crib.
Yeah, I think that's the number one favorite off that project is that song.
You know why I liked it even more?
Why?
It was the last song on the project. Because if you could close a project out that strongly, I'm looking forward to the next project.
Okay.
Remember, I don't know if this is you, but Ghostface Killer made a project called Bulletproof Wallet.
Okay, no.
Street Chemistry is the last song on that album with Ghost and I think Trife Diesel and Prodigal Son, a Wu-Tang Clan extended family. The way that album ends is like, what the hell is that? Because some people can't close the album out. They'll make good music, but they can't close it out. Some people have good intros, but the songs lag. When you close your project out with All Hail the Queen, it was like, damn, she took the throne, but what's her first order? You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Song placement is very important. Where do you place your music as far as where your life is on your journey right now?
Wait, what do you mean, where do I place my music in regards to my journey?
Well, your journey is an everlasting book of where you document growth. I mean, the greatest story ever told is what?
Okay, are you asking in regards to songs or are you asking in regards to life?
Maybe both.
The greatest story I've ever told.
No, ever. What is the greatest story ever told?
Damn, that's subjective.
You don't know what it is? I have the answer if you want me to tell you, but I mean, if you want to play with it, go ahead.
The greatest story I've ever told.
Not you. The greatest story ever told.
Oh, what's the greatest story ever told? Yo, wait a minute. What's the greatest story ever told?
Ever.
I mean, I guess it would have to be the one about Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately, no. That's not the greatest story ever told.
What do you say the greatest story ever told is?
The one you live.
The one you live.
No one knows the plot. No one knows the plot. No one can guess the ending. And you are in total control of what happens in your story.
Oh, my God.
You have influences, and you can be influential. The book of life is empty, and your actions and your words and what you do is the ink that fills the book. So that when you are judged, if you believe in the higher power on that level, when they open the book of life, your story is read to you right then and there. So everybody tells their story a different way. You tell yours through music. You tell yours through teaching children. You tell yours through your insight. You tell yours through your opinions. And most importantly, you tell your story through your actions. Because actions speak louder than words, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's a love language. And most people don't even love themselves enough to know that their actions are speaking more than what they do.
Right.
I don't know. I guess that's what BAN is about, right?
Respect.
Yeah, we pay attention here. So we got cheated out of some time. I want to add some time to this interview because I really enjoy your music once again, and I'm gonna send this music out to some people to play because I want you to get more shine and appreciation than maybe what you have. Because there's one thing when people could tell you that you're dope, and it's another thing when people could share how dope you are by telling you what what you mean to them. You said that on one of your songs how a person says that they're your favorite, but they can't even tell you one of the lines of your song.
Right.
See, I don't listen for lines. I listen for the entire story. I'm past the lyrical thing. I'm past that. Plus, I had a bad car accident. Can't remember shit.
I'm
But
sorry
when
to hear that.
hey, I'm alive. That's cool.
Right.
Cause now I get to enjoy it a different way. Cause some people will be like, some people come to you and be like, yo, you heard what she said? She said da 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 da. And somebody be like, yeah, what's the song about? I'm like, I don't know. They still miss the point.
Right.
And the point is, when it comes to hearing good music and why we celebrate good music, is because somebody can touch our soul and take us to the highest form of appreciation. What's the biggest compliment you got from doing music?
The biggest compliment.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest compliment. This young lady that my one of my cousins is my roommate. Okay. And I don't know if this is the biggest, but it's one of the biggest.
Okay.
He was dating this young lady at the time that we just happened to be in the house by ourselves, and she came to me and told me that she wanted me to mentor her little sister because of what type of being I am, what type of ambitious individual I am when it comes to the music. Like, I guess musically, based upon what I think and say and do, if she felt like I would be a great person to mentor her sister. And that's not the first. Those are some of the biggest compliments, because I've had grown men come up to me and say, I would play you for my mother, or I would play you for my children or my sisters. Or I've had different, like this one chick, and this is years ago, told me that her little sister at the time didn't know any other rap artist besides Nicki Minaj. I think Iggy Azalea was a thing at the time, and she said, and you. Like, she didn't play anybody else for her sister, me. Like, she felt like she had to put her sister on to me because she needed her sister to know that somebody like me existed. So I think my biggest compliments have come from people that made me feel like what I embody as a hip hop artist can be used as teaching tools. I think that's a crazy thought, because I can't say that's how this journey began. This journey began out of therapy. Like, I needed something to balance me out mentally and emotionally. That's where music came from, or writing rhymes came from. But to then, in a sense, have it turn into, I want to take what you just said and go play this because I need this person to hear this so they understand this message. I need to play grown men in my inbox, fathers. I have to play Dear Thought Pocket for my daughter because I need her to understand. A woman coming to me after a show nearly in tears because she said Dear Thought Pocket was her daughter. And she didn't know how to respond to that other than thank you for telling the story. Those are huge compliments, because it's like I'm doing something worth existing for.
And on that note, everybody, we're about to close out our interview. Well, the first part of our interview. Could you give them your social media, how to find you and your music, please?
Oh, yes. So one word spelled exactly how it sounds. She Real Talk. She Real Talk. That's my YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Clubhouse, everything rolling in one. SheRealTalk.com. If you look up She Real on any streaming platform, it's 2 words, She Real. You'll see Hi Sherelle. You'll see Standing on My Word. You'll see a couple singles like the I Hustle that was mentioned previously. Yeah, I really appreciate you for taking the time. I think this was dope. I kind of wish we had more time. I think seriously, this was dope.
Well, I feel we will be building in the future more and more. I'll follow you on Instagram. You follow me too. You can talk to me whenever you want. And whenever you have a project, we have an open door policy. You could come to the platform and we will support you 100% of the time, 100% of the way. Period.
Thank you.
So,
And I really appreciate you for this because I don't like doing interviews. So I've grown to not like doing interviews because there's a lot of people who don't. I feel like there's a lot of surface questions, or I've done interviews with people that didn't even listen to the music. And then it's just like the conversation is just kind of just basic. So I appreciate the fact that this was not.
Well, I'm going to give you a heads up. If I didn't listen to the music, how could I ever interview you? You made this interview by making the music that you make. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to reflect and show you what you give to the world. I appreciate you for that.
Wow. Respect. Thank you.
So we're going to go to the second part of the interview, which is called the rapid fire questions. Are you ready to play this game with me?
Sure.
The rapid fire questions are not yes or no questions. These are questions that reflect you and your understanding of hip hop music and the hip hop culture.
Oh God. Okay.
So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what song or album perfectly describes you from another artist's catalog?
Huh. From another artist's catalog. Right now, I would say Late Registration.
That is interesting. Why so?
'Cause I'm not. I really felt like last year that I graduated, and I feel like at the beginning of this year, it's almost like I went back a year or something. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And I felt like I clearly have more to learn. This year so far has been a reminder that I have a lot more to learn. And when I think about songs like Bring Me Down, when I think about songs like Roses, when I think about songs like, I think Touch the Sky is on that album. What else is on that album? That Addiction song is on that album. There's a couple records on that album, like off the top of my head, that I feel like that's the pocket I'm in again. That's how this piece of my life, or this piece of my journey feels. 'Cause it definitely has hints of We Major, but it's still like, it's a lot of lessons there. I don't know.
Okay. I'm feeling it. My next question is, your album, you said you said what the beat told you to say, basically.
Mhm.
What is the voice that you're looking for hip hop to take on that it hasn't said or embodied yet?
The hip hop to take on.
Mm-hmm.
That it hasn't embodied yet? I don't think there's any voice that I haven't heard yet. Because I feel like we definitely have a lot of different types of teachers out here, and a lot of people have dabbled in different things. One of my favorite storytelling songs was Love is Blind by Eve.
That is a classic.
Yo, OD. OD. It's like this, and it's a necessary story from an individual that you may not often get stories from.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of voices. There's a lot of stories I've heard over the years. I can't say that I've never heard. There's a voice I haven't heard. I can't say there's a voice I haven't heard. Is there a voice that has been consistently glorified as much as others? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But the stories are there. And there are a lot of stories that are worth retelling and revisiting, because I feel like a lot of us in life, we all experience a lot of the same lessons just at different stages of our life. It may not come in the same package the same way, but we all get the same lessons. So.
Okay. That's dope. Because of time, I'm going to shorten this. I'm going to do about like 3 or 4 more questions, okay?
Okay.
So one of my questions is this. If you had the opportunity to collab and make your dream song, who would you work with? Dead or alive, no restrictions. Who's on the track with you? Who's on the beat?
Who's on the track and who's on the beat?
Yeah, your dream track.
My dream track.
Yeah, dead
who's
or alive.
on the track and who's on the beat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, based upon the type of artist that I am right now,
Mm-hmm.
based upon the artist that I am right now, if I could do a song with 2 artists,
Okay.
I can't say that I know who would be on the beat, but I know who would be I know what the collaboration would be.
Okay.
I really want to I want to do this album. I don't want it to be a song. I want to do the album. So there would be various producers.
Okay.
I want to do an album with Kendrick and Cole, like a new school Fugees.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
Like this is a dream that I like. It's something I'm just like sitting on, you know. Like it's just like if I ever get the opportunity to have this conversation or to put it in play, you know, however that could come about.
Mhm.
I want that. I want that.
Okay.
I think it would be very
you already
producers
did. So you make sure you send this to them.
right. Right. I want that because the skill sets are different, the stories are different. They come from they're opposite sides of the map.
Mhm.
So the delivery is different. The influences are different, but we all share in a certain pocket in regards to the spirit or the soul of hip hop.
Right.
I think it would be crazy. I think it would be crazy.
Okay.
But my favorite, because I feel like, what the fuck? I've always wanted to do a song with Jay-Z. I've always wanted to do something with Babyface. I've always wanted to do something with Teddy Riley. I've always wanted to do I can't say I've always wanted to work with Michael Jackson. I've always wanted to be in the studio with him. It wasn't about creating a song. It was about the experience, the conversation, the exchange of energy. That's what I wanted with Michael. Fuck. I need music with Big Sean. I need music with Saha the Prince. I need something with Lauryn Hill. I need something with I need something with Marsha Ambrosius. I need something with Jill Scott. I need something with Raphael Sadiq. I need something with Brandy. I need something with Kanye.
I hope old school Kanye.
Andre 3000.
Why not?
I need something with 3 Stacks. And Missy would be like prolific because she's always been in my top 5 because I think she influenced me tremendously when it came to creativity. And if nothing else, this most recent project, I put out a clean version with the explicit version because of her. I know a lot of artists do that now, but as a little kid, Missy was one of the few artists that did it. Every time she dropped a project, she always put out a clean version. And I appreciate that because the music that was played in my house was controlled. And I got most of my hip hop from my peers. But Missy was somebody that my pops would bring home, even though he's funk, he's soul. His favorite band is the Ohio Players. Hip hop wasn't really played in my house. He would bring her home for me because she had a clean version.
Yeah, that was the norm in the 80s. If you didn't have a clean version, they wouldn't even put your album in the store. So look, what's up? I'm very enlightened by that. My next two questions are going to be very introspective. So I'm from Jersey, all right?
Cool. Okay.
So I believe that Brooklyn is the standard of hip hop, though. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Brooklyn
They got all the monsters, guys.
Brooklyn is the only borough where they took their MCs and made hits together while everybody else is jockeying to be the best of the territory. The Brooklyn Dodgers is what I'm talking about.
Brooklyn made hits together.
Yeah. It's not too many times you'll see a new group name come out with three different artists from the same borough or place, and they just make a song together, and it like goes like phenomenal, right?
Okay.
So if you could make your own version of the Brooklyn Dodgers from Harlem, who would be in it? Who would be your Brooklyn Dodgers? Who's doing the beats too?
Do they have to all be rappers?
I didn't say that. I said who would be your version of the Brooklyn Dodgers from Harlem, and who's doing the beat? You can make it any way you want.
Dead or alive?
I would prefer alive, but you know,
He
really
said I would prefer alive. I hear you. I would prefer alive too. If I could be in a group with anybody from Harlem, okay, I want Tiana Taylor.
Okay.
Q-Tip is from Harlem, right?
Nope.
No, he's from Queens?
Mm-hmm.
Why would this, right. Somebody put that there. That doesn't belong there. Damn, Tiana.
Oh, he's born in Harlem. Okay, you can take him. He's born in Harlem.
Right, because he claims Queens, but he was born in Harlem.
All right, there you go.
But that's like saying Jordan, who was raised in North Carolina, was born in Brooklyn. Does it count?
It'll count for you if that's what you want.
Because when you was like, who would be on the beat, that's who I thought about me trying to claim low key for the production.
Yeah.
Damn. Tiana Taylor. Damn.
Kind of difficult, huh?
I think, because you think about dynamics and what the sound would be like. And where somebody is now is very different from where they were in their prime. Tiana has so much to offer. I think she's undeniable in regards to what we could do creatively, not just image-wise, but sound-wise. She can touch a lot of different things. Fuck. I wouldn't want. Damn. Because in my brain right now, I keep thinking about Days East.
Okay.
But I'm also like Diddy's in my head, but I couldn't imagine being in a group with Diddy. Like that man don't sound like he belong in a group. You know, like that don't go.
Okay.
But I feel like Tiana, Days, and I think we could make some magic. Because I think we all come from a similar era.
Okay.
So that, I think that could work. And if I could sail to because he was born in Harlem, I would want him on production.
All right. Enough said. There you go. So with that being said, everybody, we've come to our last question of this classic interview between Karev of Heritage Hip Hop and She Real of classic hip hop fame. And this is the most important question I ask for the first interview. Like I said, we have an open door policy, so you can always come back. And the question I'm going to ask you is this. 500 years from now, they're still going to play your music. And when they go to the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, they're going to pull out or they might go to the Schomburg or something. They're going to push a red button and your hologram going to pop out and they're going to show you videos and show you rocking on the stage in front of thousands, millions, whatever. And your story is going to be told. The most important question to ask of the first interview is this. What is the legacy that you leave behind that made the world better because you did hip hop music?
Oh man, it's the schools. The schools are going to be birthed from, because man, the goal is to teach. Because I need us to be like a domino effect. I don't want one leader and then when the leader dies, that's the end of the movement. No, the goal is to teach. The only thing that separates our people from other people is access and opportunity. So my schools will assist in closing that gap for our people, our children that I believe right now are in a system that doesn't normally teach them their worth. We need more schools like that. So the legacy will come, like people are going to say, man, she made some classic albums, but they're going to know me for the opportunities I was able to create for other individuals. And I make music right now so I can meet as many people as I possibly can all over the world that I could go back to later and say, yo, I need you to come speak to these kids today. I need you to come teach this class. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're artists. They could be stockbrokers. They could be bankers. They could be chefs. They could be plumbers. Like, I don't care. You know, people that map out cities. Like, I just need engineers. I need more of a variety and less of basketball, rapper, actor. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Or city job. Nothing wrong with a city job, but I need more of a, let me get this information or exposed to this type of career early. So when it does come time to do something with my life, I'm already ahead because at least I know what this is kind of like, as opposed to I'm trying to pick a major and I've only had limited experiences based upon my environment. Fuck that. The hood is supposed to rise because this is where everybody is learning and sharing information, good, bad, right, or wrong. So I want to put shit here for us, and we elevate.
So elevation is the key to survival in hip hop and in the world. So everybody remember, tell your truth and be the truth. And not only is the truth righteous, but it gives life and inspires those who come from the truth itself. With that being said, let's all be truthful and support great MCs and great music and support each other by contributing to hip-hop's culture and contributing to those who love it, live it, and honor it by doing right by it. This is Karev from Heritage Hip Hop with She Real. And we say peace, and we out.
Peace.
Listen, I'm Karev from Heritage Hip Hop, and I love hip hop music. And when I certify MC, believe me, I'm telling you there's something special about them. And She Real is one of the dopest MCs I've heard in a long time. You always hear who I co-sign on my platform, and this is definitely one of them. So salute to Harlem, New York, and salute to She Real. Check out her project, Hi Sherelle, out right now. To purchase. Stream to find her, but purchase when you realize how dope she is. I said she has an Illmatic in her. So all she has to do is prove me right or wrong, and she will one day, believe me. With that being said, we'd like to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in. We ask for your continued support and help building Heritage Hip Hop and making it your brand of choice. Salute to all our people out there who do media. We want everybody to shine. And for right now, giving us your attention, we thank you so much. So please follow Heritage Hip Hop on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, iTunes, Anchor.com, and now on Boomuit. Our website is BOOMUITT.com/@KAREV for Boomuit. All right. New platform that's rivaling YouTube, so get on there early because it's dope. You can follow us and become members of heritagehiphop.com. Subscribe there and get exclusive interviews early than when they come out on other platforms, playlists, music, videos, etc. I ask that you please rate this podcast. 5 stars would be wonderful. Make sure you like, comment, share, and help us build the platform by sharing it, because word of mouth is the best way to promote, and we ask you to please help us build our platform. I'd like to give a shout out to our team. Shout out to MJ Hip Hop Connects. Shout out to Fire Jaws. Shout out to Fatty's Place. Shout out to Lex P. Shout out to Goodfellas TV, A Squad Rebel Radio, and Transparent Credit Repair. We are sponsored by Transparent Credit Repair, so you can change your life with 15 seconds, one decision to open your wallet up to more income instead of paying out more debt by going to heritagehiphop.com and clicking on the link for Transparent Credit Repair and filling out the information. Get 20% off of all services and changing your financial future. Heritage Hip Hop is here for the peoples. We celebrate and give the roses to the veterans and introduce you to your future favorite artists today. So please help us keep that going. If you'd like to donate, our Cash App is $Heritage Hip Hop. And all donations are greatly accepted and used to build this platform. So with that being said, thank you to everybody listening. This is Karev of Heritage Hip Hop saying peace, and we out.